Mr. Chinedu, can you hear me loud and clear? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Um, Good evening. More people will be joining us. You understand? No matter the amount of people you see, don't be discouraged because even after the live stream, people will keep on watching it. The thing will be there. So once you start, I'll be sharing the link. Once you start talking, I'll be sharing the link for them to my second phone. So
So we have to wait
okay.
now. Let's have few people join
Ladies
before
and
we start.
Mr.
Or should
Chinedu
we go
is
ahead?
CEO of Murad Construction Company Limited. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is going to give us some experience on teaching, and all of
Please,
us are
I
going to
don't
learn a lot. So
hold
make
on.
sure
No, let me know what's
okay.
wrong with my. I'm
Are you
not
talking?
hearing you clearly. I think my
You can't hear me.
is using in call voice.
You say you're not hearing me.
Can you hear me well?
You're not loud. You're not loud. Talk again.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, but you are sounding inside.
Okay, I think it's the same thing that happened to me few minutes ago. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me very well now?
I'm not hearing you very well. What did you do in your own?
Not, I just went out and came in again. I just minimized and came back to the.
Okay.
Maybe if you are using iPhone, I don't know how possible it is, but with my Samsung, I was able to minimize it, come back again. I think that fixed the problem.
Your voice, I'm not hearing you clearly.
It's still very faint.
Please, are you hearing him clearly? I want some answer from the comment section. Is anyone hearing him clearly? From the comment section. But you can hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Somebody say yes. Please, are you hearing him loud and clear so that I can manage the one I'm hearing? I want to see more ears. Both of you are audible. Okay. They say they are hearing you clearly. So, if you are here, make sure you have your pen and paper. See my own here. So we are good to learn. Understand? So Mr. Chinedu, both of us go the same secondary school. And he was my senior, and also is during his time is the senior prefect. Understand? The only guy that carry first from JS1 to SS3. Nobody collect them. So a lot of now he's into engineering. He build house from the foundation to up. Me, I dey do crypto. I'm doing crypto. I'm teaching crypto. So aside from crypto, let us hear some things that Mr. Chinedu will tell us today. So please share this live. If you're here, share the live. I'm going to share it. Just share it to your friends so that they will join. So Mr. Chinedu, thank you. The mic is over to you.
All right. I'm very happy to be here and the opportunity to share knowledge with us. Um, Uchenna is a friend that I've known for a long time. So when he told me about what he's doing, I I was impressed and I decided to be part of it. Just like he has said, I'm an architect and I'm into building construction, actually. But I'm somebody that is also investment savvy because I believe that investment and passive income is the uh, only way you can build wealth, especially sustainable wealth that is going to last a long time. Building wealth, we are not just building our own generation, we build wealth for the generation that will come after us. So that's sustainable wealth, intergenerational wealth. But then when we talk about building wealth and getting rich, you see, people think that is a walk in the park. No, it's not. They think they can wake up, do one magic, and all of a sudden get very rich. Of course, it worked for some people, but the only thing that we find out is that those who made money overnight, unprepared, watch out, their wealth are not usually sustainable. After some time, they'll go back to having nothing because they've not learned the art of managing money. Money needs to be managed, not necessarily controlled, properly managed, and properly invested. So, for you to get to that point where you can build sustainable wealth, you have to understand how to invest and invest rightly. You won't be somebody that is always following the trend. You study what is working and also look at what you are looking for and do something that will work for you. You see, so that is that. I'm just trying to lay the background before we. I'm not a crypto person. Uchenna is big time into of classes about. It's not. I don't hate crypto for anything because I believe in blockchain, and I also believe that blockchain will become bigger than it is. It's not this big. It's big, but definitely going to be bigger. And people like me, I'm very much interested in DeFi, decentralized finance, and I think that will be built on blockchain over time. And a traditional investor, the way I look at things and all that, I will have to start from what you really need to build wealth or to invest properly. You see, there are so many ways to get rich. You can play a gamble for gambling, win money, lottery, win a lot of money. Then you can inherit money from your parents, grandparents. Then another way is you can build a business. Yes, you can build a business and then use the money that your business generates to start investing. And I think these are the major ones. Then you can go to school and get a high-paying job, and from your job, you'll be able to invest some money into passive income, something that will generate money. The truth is that if you've not built a kind of passive income, what do I mean? For those of us who are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, the cash flow quadrants, and investing. You remember he talked about the four quadrants where we have is either you are an employee, yeah, or you are a skilled person, or you are an investor, a business person. What he's trying to explain that when you go to school, you acquire knowledge, you can get employed in a business or in an organization, either public or private, and you work and you make money. Yeah. One thing is that once you accept you've saved some contributory pension, you can be a skilled person, a wonderful somebody like a comedian, an actor, a bricklayer, or any other thing. But one thing is that is a skill that is not really transferable. It's not as if when you are going, you transfer it to your child. So you do it by yourself. So when you do it, you get money. But if you are not doing it, you can't get money because it requires your presence. Then we have people who build business in life, or the wealthiest people we have in the world. There is one thing that is constant. They have businesses, they've built businesses. Elon Musk is a big time businessman. He's into he's into robotics, he's trying to champion AI and a whole lot of other things. Bill Gates built Microsoft and he got a whole lot of money from there and all that. So usually these are the business people. Now, from the business people, we have people who are investors. Investors are people who invest their money. They may not directly involved in the business, they're not day to day involved in the business, but the business is paying them dividends in the area of stock and other form of compensation or payment. One of the biggest investors we have in the globe, or arguably the biggest and the best we have in the globe, is Warren Buffett, because of what he has been able to build over time through investing in the stock market and investing in businesses. So these are how you get money to invest. But why do some people go and lose money in why they are investing? I talked about not really uh, big time involved in crypto because it's personal to me, because I believe that is a very is a highly volatile market. So it needs proper time and analysis to get it done, which I may not have because of other engagements that I have to do. But now, if you want to be successful in terms of investing, there are three things that you require, you know, for you to be a. There are a lot of investors. We have sophisticated investors. We have just accredited investors and all that. But for you to be a good investor, there are three things that we believe that you need to have. One is education. Education does not mean studying law or studying medicine in school. We're talking about financial knowledge, tax knowledge, cash flow knowledge, how to marketing knowledge, and some of these things. You have to understand cash book and how to read cash book and account, a little of accounting process. So you can be able to look at the companies or the businesses you want to invest in and see how active they are. So one is education. The second one, for you to become a sophisticated investor, I'm talking about a sophisticated investor. A sophisticated investor, according to, in America, there's something they call accredited investors. Accredited investors are people that have up to $100,000 or more. So you can, then for you to become a sophisticated investor, you have to must have gotten to the level of $1 million and all that. Now, but we use it as somebody investment works. So for you to be a sophisticated investor, you need education, which I've talked about. You need experience. Nothing comes easy. You have to build it. It's the same thing with wealth. You have to build it over time. So you need experience. Things you do, some will work, some will not work. You gather that experience and you use it in what you do. And then the last one is excess cash. there's the issue of, when you talk to people about investing and mention these three things, when you get to excess cash, they get discouraged. They say, where am I going to get the money? Yeah. But people who understands how building wealth works will tell you that to make money. Robert Kiyosaki in the Rich Daddy told us that is not true. You don't necessarily need money to make money. What you need is to create a system that makes money. Mark Zuckerberg just created Facebook, and he started making. Now, that's where it comes. You have to be very creative, either starting a business, because before you become an investor, you must have a way of getting money. So either creating a business, learning a skill that will help you to create a business. The biggest challenge and problem we have with this get quick syndrome, where everybody wants to make money overnight. We live in an age where people will make a lot of money, even younger than our previous generations, because of the help of internet and some other things that is helping to make us rich quick. But then, even if the money comes, let me give you an example. As of 2010, there are some people were buying Bitcoin. A lot of us were not interested. All of a sudden, Bitcoin became a very big issue, a big thing. But let's see what happened. A lot of those people that bought Bitcoin earlier, they got rich. But look at what happened. After a few years, some of them have returned back to being poor. They had money, but they didn't know how to control it. So they were misusing their money. They don't know where to invest. They don't know how to invest. So if you don't have the right knowledge, you can't invest properly. If you don't have the right knowledge, you won't know how to create wealth. So you need the education, you need the right experience, and then when the money comes, you will know where to invest and how to invest right. I think I've laid the background for investing. You told me that part of what I will do here is to share some investment opportunities that people can tap into. I'm not I'm not an investment expert per se. I'm still climbing the ladder. I'm not a financial expert. Sometimes before you make it's very important that before you make some of these investments, you can reach out to financial experts so that they can advise us and they will advise you on what to do. And the stock market. Even though earlier this year I've decided to pause because stock market in Nigeria became a big stuff. So a lot of people are jumping into it. The market is think that is doing wonderfully. A lot of businesses and stocks are, and where Otedola pulled out his investment, 77% of his investment in Geregu Power. And at the moment, we know that Geregu Power is having problem with liquidity. Yeah, so there are a lot of things in the stock market, so everybody has to be careful. What is stock? Stock is just like buying a piece of a company. When you buy the share, you just buy a piece of the company. So what usually happens is that you can either sell it in future when it appreciates. Maybe you bought it 1,000 naira, and after some years, it's selling for 2,000 naira. You can decide to sell. You have funds, you sell and make your money. Another way to earn from it is by dividends. There are stocks that are paying dividends. On the global level, we have stocks like Coca-Cola and some other big businesses. They pay dividends annually. They would distribute their profits to people depending on the number you have. So it's just like buying a piece of the company. Then I'm also big into mutual funds. The difference between stock and mutual fund is that mutual fund is like a lot of stocks in one basket, and sometimes it goes beyond stock. You also have um, bill and Eurobond and a lot of other ones. So all these things are mutual funds. You see, so some people who doesn't understand how the stock market, or who don't have, those that don't have time to look at the financial books of these companies, they will go to mutual funds. And mutual fund is a collection. When you go, you have stocks that are associated with tech. They put them together, Tesla and the rest of them, put them in one basket and call it a fund. And so you can buy. What it does is that rather than buying one company, you are buying multiple companies, bits of them, just in one basket. So some of these mutual funds, they appreciate as much as 18 to 23%. Like in Nigeria, if you are buying abroad, you have something like um, 4 to 5% in America and some other things. So these are some of the businesses, the investments that I personally do. Now, for some people that doesn't know about things like Cowrywise, Piggyvest, if you go to those apps, they have savings and some investments. Like there's in Cowrywise, there's what they call Cowrywise Fund. Uh, Return on investment currently is at 23%, but the more you invest, it goes up. You can even get to as high as 30%. And so imagine if you have something like 1 million, at the end of the year, you are getting 300,000 as return on investment. So there are investments like that, or 200,000 or 250,000, depending on the rate at that moment. So these are ways that you can invest and get return on investment. You can start with. Now, if you keep on advancing, you will get to a point where you calculate your investment based on inflation. You know what inflation? We know what inflation means. It's the rising cost of goods and services. So now the inflation in Nigeria is double digits. For instance, if you have your money in Cowrywise and you are doing 23%, but then something like you are doing 23%, but the inflation rate in Nigeria is 30%. I hope you know that you are losing money, but it's better than having that money in the bank where it generates nothing and you keep on losing money as well. So these are some of the investment opportunities that you can tap into the Nigerian stock market. I must say something. See, the stock market is for long-term investment. The other day I saw where Abe, the musician, was saying that he's making money on a weekly basis from the stock market. Don't approach the stock market in that manner. If you do, you become who's trading on forex, and you can lose a lot of money because some stocks will go down. They fluctuate from time to time. So if you know the money that you need, if you have house rent to pay in March, don't go putting the money in stock market. It won't work. When you want to go into the stock market, have it at the back of your mind that you are going into the stock market for the long term, 5 to 10 years. If not, you're going to lose money. You're likely going to lose money. Then, if you want short-term investments, you can invest in mutual funds and some other funds, even treasury bills and government bonds as well. You know, we have the Skook bond, we have the Halal bond, and a lot of other bonds. You can Google them, the Skook bond and the federal government bond. They issue bond from time to time. What happens with this bond is that government want to do something. They need money. They will say, okay, oh, people, your money, we will pay you back. 3 months, you have some that they pay quarterly, have some that they annually. Quarterly is months that paying you return on investment until the period of your investment elapses. You can do those ones with money that you need in a year, in 6 months, treasury bill and the rest of them. Treasury bill goes every 3 months. Now, but if you are going into the or pay house rent, by the time and you buy Tesla, by the time you will need the money, Tesla might be 40% down because this thing keeps fluctuating. If you sell at that moment, you are losing your money by 40%. So, but what happens over time that people who understands the stock market is that they invest for the long term. So some people even invest and depend on their dividend. And there are people who can have up to 5 million scattered into different investments. A friend of mine showed me he has about 15 million scattered into different stocks. And last year alone, he got over 3 million in dividends that was paid, Seplat and other ones and all that. And he told me that his target is to increase money that he will get from dividends to 5 million by the end of this year. Dividend is not invested. Dividend is the profit that the companies are sharing based on the number of stocks you have with them. So people are having money, you are investing. So it's money that you can forgo. When you are investing, you understand short term, you understand medium term. Short term can be in a year. You understand medium term. Medium term is between 3 years to 5 years. You understand long term, 5 years and above, 10 years, 15 years. Where do I want to, when I want to retire, what am I going to have? So you don't just rush putting into something. And now I keep telling people, always try to put your money into things that will yield money for you. Now, when we talk about raising money and getting money to build sustainable wealth, I talked about building a passive income. Passive income. Most of these investments that I've talked about, that are passive income, you are not actively involved in running that business, but they're paying you dividends, you see. So if you keep on doing something that you must be there for it to generate money, what happens when you are sick and a whole lot of other things. So there are a lot of other investment options. People talk about real estate, and a lot of other things. You see, somebody like me personally in the area of real estate, I'm not a very big fan. I'm interested in commercial real estate. Because in most cases, when you put money in, I don't do what they call land banking. They will sell you a land in the bush and tell you that you have to wait. In the next 10 years, it will appreciate and all that. Some things that some people don't understand. I'm not canceling it out. Some people have made big money from it. Investment goals may not be the same. I might have a different investment goal from the other person. So somebody might have money to say, in the future, I want to use the money so I can do land banking. People have talked about how they made money from it and all that. Then somebody, I want my money to be giving me return highest on yearly basis. I don't want to wait for a very long time for me to get my money because I believe that every money can be put into active duty so that it will be bringing in money. So I rather put it into business, uh, do some other business to give me money weekly, monthly, or even on daily basis, so that I will use the money to build wealth. But people invest in real estate. We have fun. How it happens is that a company will want to build an apartment or want to build apartments in Lagos. They will do something like pulling funds together, where they will call people and tell them, Oya, invest, we'll build this thing, and we'll start short letting it and paying you people return on investment for so period of time. So we have the real estate trust fund index of them. So it's still an investment. You may not buy land, but you can buy a real estate trust fund that you can be making money from and all that. We don't have so much time. So, but the point is this: if you really want to build wealth, you have to follow the process of building wealth. Wealth comes overnight. Well equipped to manage money, money will leave you. You will lose the money. Yeah, but when you dedicate yourself to learning, I would recommend. Ah, hold on, my light is up. No touch. Okay, I'm back. All right, thank you. Baby, thank you. Okay, so I'm back. The Nigerian factor. Power. So I'm talking about, I said I will recommend 3 books for anybody that really wants to build wealth. You know, I'm going to recommend Robert Kiyosaki's book, Guide to Investing. Guide to Investing. Another book I will also recommend is the Rich Good book. It will open your eyes on how to um, spot opportunities and take advantage of them. And so you need education. You need proper education for you to invest and build wealth the right way. I'm happy Uchenna is doing this. We really need to tell young people that we need to build businesses to build wealth. We need to build businesses to build wealth. But if you look at what is happening, those people go back to square one after a few years because they don't have something that is sustainable and tangible. There are a lot of business opportunities that even young friends can come together and start, and they will raise money from there and start their investment journey. Water processing and packaging is a business that people can do. Young people can contribute 500,000, 4 persons, and start it if they have a land. I heard that 3 million can couple a good sachet water processing plant. Yeah, if you want to even bottle water, something as little as 8 million, that people can come together and start it. I look at young people that say they belong to club, that we go and spend money all that, it's time that they come together. The biggest problem Nigeria have is, like Peter, we are just consuming without producing. So processing, there is big money in processing in Nigeria. A sachet water, bottled water. There is money there. There's money in agriculture. Money in agriculture, fish farming that people are talking about. You can learn it and start small, and you build from there. And if you have the money, rather than like that, fish farming and even crops, people are doing bell pepper and so. With the help of science and technology, some crops that were not, they will tell you that is peculiar to a particular region is no longer like that because it has been improved upon and people can produce it in any part of Nigeria, wherever they are. So these are some of the things that give you money. Money. Now, I don't know new tax law. If you are exporting anything from Nigeria, government is tax free. Government will not tax you. I have this lady that supplies us food stuff in the house. What she does is that she connects with people in Benue State and in Plateau State. She will source all manner of food stuff very cheap, bring it down here. This January, when I reached out to her to supply to me, she said we'll have to wait till the end of February because all she has in her stock now is going to the US. Nigerians in US and UK are buying. So when I told her about what the new tax law will help her pay her in dollars and in pounds rather than paying in naira, that she will not pay tax. That's how she established there is this old our clients and customers will prefer being paid in dollars, and are paying her. She's not going to pay any tax on those things because the new tax law says as long as you are exporting, part of government incentive is that they will not tax you. So young people can do this. A lot of young people are going, they are sourcing beans and all that. And two or three persons can put resources together and get that going. So we really need to get to the point where we start building businesses because these businesses are what I told somebody that I'm not in support of people who are building hotels everywhere southeast. If our people can actually say, let's start going into production. There are a lot of challenges with production in Nigeria, like when we talk about the power problem. But what happens is that in some places, solar can step in and help to cushion the we improve. But if we say because we had some of these problems and challenges, we cannot start, I would ask any young person to get into established businesses, no matter how little they are. So when you do that, you raise money from there. You can start investing in real estate. You can start investing in stocks. You can start investing in some other businesses that even when you are not there, that are giving you enough money. So passive income, actually. So I think we may not be able to cover everything in one night, but we can pick the lessons we learn from here. It takes time to build wealth. There are things you require for you to build wealth and invest properly. You need education, you need experience, and you need the money. The money will come when you start doing something. The money comes, you invest the money into something that gives you passive income. And wealth is not what you build overnight. Wealth is what you take. That's the way to build sustainable wealth. I don't know, Uche, is there any other area you would want me to, or questions you would want me to answer? I initially thought that it's going to be a question and answer section.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you very much. Questions will come. Some people are actually watching, while some people might drop question later. But from the comment section, please, if you have any question, you can drop. I have NEPA people and they disappointed me. They took light. So thank God YouTube is not like TikTok because Adibin is TikTok now.
Yes, yes.
As we
You,
do
you
this
will have
one as
to learn how to power your MTN. What I used to, I is connected to a power bank. There's this power bank, special power bank that is built for it. So if they
mm,
take the light before
yeah,
you are doing life like this, it will work, it will serve you. You won't
yeah.
have problems.
That's the only problem I have. And I'm going to get the battery. I have
Yeah.
priced it. They said 30,000. But here they don't used to take light here. But Ekwensu, because I have this thing now, they took the light. The worst part, when they took the light, I went outside to connect with my data because I don't even have gen because they don't need to take light. So now, as I was outside, they brought the light back. As I enter inside, they take the light again. I need to. So it was like the NEPA person is watching me. So I don't know if because when you are talking about stock market and dividend and the others, I was like I will ask you the name of expecting you to mention the name of the apps we can go to invest on those stocks. So I don't know if when the lights go off, whether you
Okay.
mention.
No, no. So there are apps that you can use. Another thing is, let me say this is a disclaimer. Before you use
Okay,
any app in Nigeria, go and check if it's approved by SEC.
okay, okay,
SEC is the regulatory body that is in charge of um, securities in Nigeria. When we talk about security, it's not as if it's not those people that are carrying gun. It has
yeah,
to do with invest. So there are apps that are approved by. We know that they are approved by the SEC in Nigeria. We have currently Cowrywise has introduced stock exchange, stock markets in their app. So you can do that through Cowrywise. We have Bamboo. We have Bamboo. So Bamboo, you can buy uh, Nigerian stocks on Bamboo. And you can also buy foreign stocks like Tesla, Coca-Cola, and the rest of them on Bamboo. Have this, what do they call it? Hold on. They have Bamboo. We have, yeah, we have Cowrywise. Those people, Bamboo is, and then we have Chaka. It's Chaka, right? That's what they call it, Chaka. Yeah, we have Chaka. So they deal on, and then we have Trove. We also have Trove. So all these apps are user friendly. You go into the app, you will see stocks, Nigerian companies, Seplat, Dangote. We know that Dangote is about to list his refinery in the stock market exchange. So he said he would do it in the first quarter of this. We're expecting that between now and April, Dangote refinery will come up um, in the Nigerian stock market. And just back of your mind, Nigerian stock market is worth over $100 billion currently. So people are really making big money from the stock market, but you have to do it. You don't just follow the band. There are a lot of ways to calculate before you invest, but that is a big class on its own. When you read about finance and investing, you get to know some of these things. Read these three books that I recommend for you: uh, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant, and The Guide to Investing. It will really help your life to understand some of these financial terms and terminologies that you can. So I mentioned Trove, Bamboo, Mary Stem, Cowrywise, and Chakra, I think. Yeah. So, but I use Bamboo, I use, and I use Trove. I use Trove for foreign stocks. Trove, VE, Trove. Bamboo, BAMO. And then Mary Stem and others. You can you can also buy um, treasury bills there, and papers too. Papers are, some want to expand or they want to build something and they need like 500 billion or 500 million. So they come to the market, they want to raise money. So they will tell people, you can buy this commercial paper by unit and it's going to last for 6 months. We'll use it and do an investment, recoup our money back, and pay you 20% interest, 18% interest. We call those things commercial papers, time to time. Yeah.
Hmm. Omo, omo. How did you get time? How did you get time do your they do engineering, can't they do all these ones? Hey, Jesus Christ.
If you have small money, you will need to actually it doesn't. When I was a student, I was making money. I did student politics and we are getting money, like. But after we left school, you notice that you just wasted the money. Something happened while I was in school, but I was about leaving school. There's this keke guy that usually drops me. So one of these days, he said he wants to discuss something with me, that he will need a new keke. I think that time they are selling keke 750,000. That was small money. No, not even. I think around 600 and something. But we have some set of guys that government will give keke in Tarabas. Saw one that is 350. If I can buy it, he would drive it for me and give me back 750,000. I bought the keke and gave the guy. Before 6 months, he gave me back my money, and that's the first time I learned about passive income, how it can change your life. And we started doing keke business. He brought his brothers. I keke business until he said, I don't know how I can buy keke 3.5 million and give it somebody. That was the first time my I opened it opened my eyes to passive income, and I started asking, where else can I invest? I've lost money too in some businesses and all that, and but it's there. Uh, so it's when you decide to do it, you devote time to learning it, and If not, money will come into your hand. You will not know what to do with it. You will work and get old, and
Yeah.
there is nothing to sustain you.
Well, I've been hearing about this stock exchange there, blah blah blah, investment, Tesla. Even during my final year, one lecturer was like, all of us are using Facebook,
Yeah.
but do you buy share in Facebook? That hadn't been we buy share in Facebook so time. By this time now, I was like, how person will take buy share? She said that all these social media you can buy, understand? But
Yeah.
where
No, you can
even this.
you can really buy. But you see, you can buy. When I started buying shares, I started because not First Bank, Zenith Bank. That's the bank that I use. So I said I want to start buying their stock. As they're collecting my money, all those charges, at the end of the year, they will pay me dividend. I will use the dividends to, calm myself for the money that they are collecting and all that. So Meta made me to smile last year was Nvidia. You know how Nvidia moved to $1 trillion company, and before we know it, they were climbing to $3 trillion. Their stock skyrocketed. I think I had few units that I bought like 2, 3 years ago. So I decided to sell some of them. So people make money because those ones they pay you in dollars. So these are some of the things. You can buy them. You can buy Tesla. People like me, I personally stay away from from Elon Musk because he's a very controversial person. He can wake up overnight and say something that will crash. But he's a business Warren Buffett. When you look at the CEO of the company, if he can be an unstable person, you stay away from such a person. In Nigeria, any business that Otedola has high stake in it, I stay away from it. Otedola can pull out of any business at any time, carry his money and be going, and it will collapse. It's the same thing that is very thing that is happening to Geregu Power. Otedola sold 77% of his shares in Geregu Power, which was over 750 million US dollar
Hmm.
overnight. He sold it and he sold it to politicians. So people got scared and started selling. Now, Geregu Power is reporting that you have their shares, but you can't sell it. Don't have liquidity. They just finished somebody $750 million. So you put their shares for sale, it will bounce back. It's not selling because there's no liquidity and all that. So but these are some of the things. Over time, it doesn't happen overnight. When I started, I loved Tesla so much that I used to buy their stock. If I have small money, I will go and buy. And sometimes, if you are somebody na-ebu nwa, o nwere ike ichete ego 150,000 a ka m weli egolugo. Some of those things na-ejinja mmadụ. You will not, you will start learning the value of money,
Yeah.
and you won't be spending so much because ị ga na-echeta, hey, 5,000 a ga-egotekwalụ m 5,000 units of Kutix or Fidelity Bank. So, that's that.
Yeah. Even this calories app now, somebody have introduced the app to me, but he introduced the app to me for saving money. He said I can be using it and save money, and
Of course,
I will put the date I can withdraw the money.
yeah.
Understand? Uh-huh. So I was
You
like,
can
is
save
it?
in groups. You can save in groups. Like I support Arsenal Football Club. When you go to Cowrywise will give you an option time your club scores a goal. So if you are saving for the season, the money will mature at the end of the season. If you are saving like 5,000 for every goal or 1,000 for every goal that Arsenal scores, at the end of the season, you will see all the goals that they score both in Carabao Cup. You see it. Another thing that I've tried to introduce some of my friends is that friends can come together and create a platform on Cowrywise and decide to start saving money and say everybody will, okay, we want to save for Christmas, for instance. Everybody will be saving 10,000 every month. So the traditional old way of every month, you will take the money and give somebody to be holding will no longer work. What will happen is that every month you go to Cowrywise, save the money there. It will show that Uchenna has saved his own, Chinedu has saved his own, everybody saved. Team people will say, "What? Why have you not?" So, but what happens is that no one person has access to the money. You will have access to your own at the end. For instance, if you are saving for Christmas, at the end of say we are club people, how much we got to, or young people can start saying, let's save towards a business. Now, what we want to do is to build, to set up bottled water factory, and this is 14 million. What we're going to do is everybody should start saving whatever you can afford every month. Let's see what happens at the end of the year. At the end of the year, maybe some people were saving 200,000, and we start the business. We calculate the percentage of what each person saved and give that person that percentage ownership. If somebody saved 20%, so much money that his money is 20% of the entire money, you say you have 20% of this business. You see, by so doing, young people can crowdfund businesses on their own. So you don't people can come together and be contributing it carry-wise. And when Christmas comes, you will be worried that somebody will run away with your money. Everybody, no one person has access to them. So it works like that. Even when you tweet, there is what they call a trick or something on Cowrywise. I use it whenever I on Twitter. It saves 1,000. So if you're somebody that likes to go and rant on social media, connect it to your Cowrywise. As you are ranting, you are saving money. As you are ranting, you are saving money. So before you know it, you develop the habit of saving and invest. And the good thing is that when you save, it comes with return on investment. Get profit. 13%, 14% is still good money. You can save your house rent there.
You said if I my social media, if I tweet, it will save 1,000. That means I will put money in the app.
No, you connect it to your bank app. You connect it to your bank. If you connect it to your, if you link it to your bank, whether
Right.
OPay or any other commercial bank, conventional
Mm,
commercial bank that you are using.
mm, okay. All right. Okay. Guys, in one of your program, there is one thing you mentioned that day. So I don't know if you have said about it, talk about it today. You mentioned something that someone can invest, maybe where you have like 10 million or have like 15 million. If you don't have any physical thing that you invest, you can put it on social place and be getting return of is it 30% or whatever, I don't know. So
Now I talked about yes, I talked about funds and like if you go to Cowrywise, Cowrywise have what they call Cowrywise fund. It starts from 23%.
mm,
So what it means is that if you have 1 million in that Cowrywise investment fund, at the end of the year, they will give is going to be 460,000. So if you multiply that by 5 million, that's 1 point something million. Now, I do tell my friends, maybe your house rent is 1 million and you have 5 million that you are not doing anything with. You put it in cowrie-wise fund. When you get up to 5 million, you are getting close to 1.6 million or whatever at the end of every year. You see that with that 5 million, your house rent is guaranteed. You get 1.6 million or 1.5 house rent of 1 million. And you see, so this rich people do. And there you will see some people, they don't rush into building a house because building a house takes a lot of money. You want to buy a land in the city that will go for like 20 million, and you're going to use 100 million to build on it, or let's say 80 million, and put everything together, it becomes 100 million. A rich person says, I don't want to go and build. I want to live anywhere I want to live. I can. If I don't like the house, I'll move to somewhere else. So he takes that 100 million, puts it in Eurobond, something like cowrie-wise fund. Some other banks offer this thing. Do you know what will happen? At the end of every year, the bank is going to pay him 30 million.
From the 100 million.
If you learning investment, that's how you be inside. There is inside trading, inside investing. There's the money that you have in the bank. Bank people will tell you about opportunities that they have. Can you bring this your so amount? Will pay you 32. Will pay you 32%. They lend it. So that man that has 100 million in the account, at the end of every year, they pay him 23 to 30 million. Place in Nigeria that such amount he cannot pay house rent for anywhere he wants to live, or
Yeah.
he compound investing. So what happens is that he doesn't need the money. After 1 year, his money becomes 130,000. The whole 100 still stays with the bank. They will do compound investing for 3 years or 5 years. Now, 3 years, the second year, bank will no longer pay him interest for 100 million. They will now pay him interest for 130 million. So when they compound this money in 3 years, the person is going home with close to 70 million or more than 70 million. So imagine somebody that has 100 million and he decides to do 4 years 4 years investments that has a return on investment of 30%, and he will compound it for 4 years. After 4 years, you have over 100 million on top. So he can build house in anywhere that he wants to build because he's compounding. So
Yeah.
these are some of the things that poor people don't know. They would rather use the money that they hit and use it to buy car. You can leave that money, compound it for 3 years, and still buy a bigger car and have extra money to do any other thing that you want to do. So these are some of the things. Go to Cowrywise, you will see it. They have Cowrywise investment fund. It starts from 23%. So if you put something like 500,000, if your money increases to like 2 million, it gets to 25%, and it keeps increasing like that. So
And the carry wise, all these apps are approved by SEC. It's
yes,
nothing like that.
yes, Cowrywise is approved. All those apps are approved by SEC.
Okay. It's almost 1 hour. When you say 30 minutes, I just laugh because I know say this one is because I'm the only one asking you question. Had there been more questions are coming. Understand? Because this video now is going to be here. It's going to be on the YouTube, so anybody can watch it. I can still reshare it for some people that want to invest in stocks. I think with my record, they will know that this video is very very important. So I think we are going to end here. But the question now is I think which because we like to have you back again, especially with all these apps. Which app do you think I will tell my community to download so that when you come, you can go into it and show us one or two, as you are pressing it, you are telling us you are going to it. All this, especially from this Cowries app, has a lot of features, and this Bamboo self, they can see it and see what they can do. Because
I
some people, huh?
I use Cowrywise, I use Bamboo, and I use Truth. I use the three of them. So any of them, I can open it and show you guys how to navigate it. Yeah.
They can
So,
maybe
but
Cowrie one.
Cowrywise is very user friendly. It's very user friendly. You can start from there, and we can start talking about savings first so that people know how to save money, because you have to save first before you invest. You have to make money first before you invest. Okay, some people are asking apps. I've mentioned it. You can use Bamboo. You want to buy stocks, you use Bamboo. You can use Trove, but Bamboo is more user friendly. You can also buy Nigerian stocks also on Cowrywise. But if you want to buy foreign stocks like American stock, you have to use either Bamboo or Trove. But Bamboo is good, or Meristem. So you can use Wise and Bamboo. Yes. As a young person with 25 years, which academy can I join to get better known? Is it? Do you want to be famous? Maman Garba. Is it that you want to be famous? Well, if you want to be famous, I don't know. You have to do something to. I There are spaces on. I will suggest something. If you want to learn about investment in Nigeria, go to Tweet S and follow Kalu Aja. Kalu Aja. Kalu Kalu Aja Ajah. He's a financial expert. So and he even have a book. So he does. I used to be on his Twitter space sometimes. So he does Twitter spaces every Sunday about finance and how to move. And there are some other people you can follow on X and you learn a lot. Biggest
Which time you
problem
use
we have in Nigeria is young people coming together to establish something that will help them to grow rather than where they will go and drink. Is usually where we can party. If young people come together seeking for knowledge, they open something and learn a lot, and follow people that have
the Sunday Aja, what time does he do this thing?
Carlo Aja.
Kalaja, what time on Sunday you used to host space?
His spaces on Sunday usually start
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Okay.
He's a financial expert.
I try to be in his program. Okay.
You call finance in Africa. No. Okay, yeah, yeah. I think just search for Carlo Aja. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Last question so that we can close. The next time, when are we? Okay, last question so that you can tell us when we are going to see again via the apps. So that now we download the Cowries app back and also go through it. Then the last question is this. There is one time we are discussing about pure water. Understand? Pure water factory. People are saying that to start the business is not that much cost and it gives money. Understand? Especially when you have people that can push the water. But the only problem is NAFDAC that will approve it. So that unless you have connection. But if you don't have connection, NAFDAC will give you.
When next we have this space, I will share a contact of a company that are based in Port Harcourt. They have offices in Enugu and Owerri. They will give you the package. I think there's package that is as little as 2 point something million.
Okay.
Machine, they will come and install the
Okay.
machine, teach you on how to use it. The NAFDAC approval, they will get it for you. They will break everything down and give it to you. You see how it works. It's not like a Zoom or Google Meet where you can share screen. I would have
Yeah, yeah.
shown you guys some of these things, but next time I will share the contact of the company. I don't have it offhand. So I will share the contact of the company. You can call them, or you can even go and see their office and see what they are doing. And so these people will help you to get the approval, the NAFDAC approval and other things.
Okay. All right. So, are we doing this thing next week, a week today, or should we do it Friday so that we continue from where we stopped?
This week,
What do you
Friday.
think? Okay, Friday don't reach it. Today is Tuesday. Is it that close?
Let's,
So next
let's do
week.
it. Let's do it next week. I will confirm before weekend.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. A lot of things. So I'm going to rewatch it again so that to know where I miss. So thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu Ndibe. I understand. Maybe next time you also tell us the benefit of getting married early because it's going it's going to be part of your program so that we learn. Many people are telling me that it's good to get married early so that you give birth early so that when your child will grow up and meet you, two of you will be doing bubble. So I don't know if that is the reason or there's another reason. But in your next video, I'm
Yeah,
going to. So thank you.
marriage things, I may not talk so much about that. I'm still very new in that. But we can talk about things. Sha. Thank you very much for having me. And good night.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How do I leave?